Watch out, spoiler ahead. In the beginning of the movie, we meet Hailey, who competes in a swimming race and loses. She then has a flashback of when her father was coaching her, telling her she needs to be the apex predator. In the locker room, she receives a call from her sister Beth, who is worried about their father who doesn't answer her calls, especially with the hurricane going on. She asks Hailey to check on him. Hailey gets in the car and heads to their old hometown, where she is stopped by the police. One of the officers, called Wayne, recognizes her, as he turns out to be a friend of her older sister. After asking about the news of Beth, she tells him that her sister asked her to check on their father, but he tells her that he can't let her pass. Hailey fails to convince him and she decides to go through anyway. Wayne couldn't stop her. Hailey arrived at her father's house as the rain and wind were getting stronger. She calls for her dad, then uses the hidden key to open the door. Inside, she finds Sugar, her father's dog. She calls, but no one answers. On the bed, she finds pictures of their family scattered around. She tells her sister and asked her if maybe he could have gone to their older house. Beth says it's unlikely because the old house was put on sale since the divorce of their parents. Hailey then decides to drive there anyway with the dog. The storm was getting worse and worse. When she got there, she found her father's truck. She goes into the house and looks around and starts calling for him, but she gets no response. After calling for his phone, she found the phone on the kitchen's counter. She noticed that there is a leakage in the pipes, and she knew that he was doing some repairs. Sugar starts barking in some other room. Hailey was about to go check on her when a big branch of a tree breaks through the window. She then goes to the garage where she finds Sugar barking at the opened cellar. Hailey calls for her dad, but hearing no response, she goes down. As she looks around, she doesn't notice the big footprint in the mud. She hears the radio playing a song, and then she is horrified to see bloody handprints on the pipes. She sees her dad's tools pocket, and after looking around, finds her father on the ground behind the pipes in a corner. She crawls to him and finds him unconscious. He is badly hurt but still alive and breathing. She puts him on a big plastic sheet and starts pulling him to the exit. She is almost at the stairs where suddenly they blew up and a giant gator appeared. She quickly drags her dad back behind the pipes, followed by the creature. The gator could not go through the pipes, so it leaves them alone for now. After a moment, her father wakes up and tells her to be careful of the big gator, and she tells him she already met him. The gator apparently came inside through the overflow drain pipe. As the two were talking, Hailey's phone that she dropped on the other side starts vibrating. The girl decides to try to get it back. After sneaking and getting her phone, she decides to sit there and call for 911. Come on, really? Anyway, she checks on the gator and goes back to calling the police. She then hears a growling sound coming behind her back, and she is attacked by a second gator. She tries to run away, but it bites her leg and starts tossing her around. She hits the beast with her other leg many times until she is released and she runs away. She is surrounded by the two gators. She fights back and stabs one of them with a screwdriver, piercing its eyes. Then she hides in a corner and tends to her wound. Soon the water levels starts to rise inside the cellar. On the radio we hear the announcement of flash floods. Hailey sneaks around and tries to find a way out. Through the opening in the wall, she saw people in the gas station in front of the house. She called for them, but the pouring rain and howling of the wind covers her voice. In the gas station, the group of people were robbing the place. They tried to take the ATM machine on their boat. The man notices the flashlight of Hailey coming from the house and wants to help. He doesn't notice that the woman behind him is getting attacked by the gator until she starts screaming while getting eaten by the beast. He too gets attacked. The kid inside the station sees the man getting eaten by the gator, but he too is attacked by one. Dave tells his daughter to try going through the hatch. Then she tries to open it. Spiders falls on her face. She freaks out and brushes them off. She pushes the hatch, but something is blocking from the other side. She gave up and was going to her dad when she saw the police approaching on their boat. It was Wayne who came to check on her. She screams, but he can't hear. Wayne goes inside the house and calls Dave. Outside, the other guy sees that something in the water is caught in the chains of the swings. He goes to check. Wayne hears Haley calling from the cellar, but she tells him not to come down. He calls his friend on the radio, but the other doesn't respond. Wayne is attacked, dragged in the water to be eaten by the beast, and so is his friend. Haley tries to help Wayne, but he is taken away. She too is chased by the gator, but escapes and reaches her dad. The two have to talk about the reason for his divorce with their mother and that he couldn't bring himself to sell the house. He told Haley that he will make noise while she swims to the stairs. After putting the plan into motion, the man is attacked by a gator, but he kills it with a shovel. Haley decides to go through the drain pipes. Inside, she finds the gator's nest. One of the gators follow her inside the nest. She gets a gun from Wayne's corpse just before she was attacked by the creature that bites her hand. Haley empties the gun in its mouth and kills it. She swims through the drains and gets outside, where she is spotted by a big gator swimming above her. She almost got eaten, but managed to get out of the water. In the cellar, Dave is drowning. Haley breaks the window and gets inside the house. She hears her dad screaming under her feet. She breaks the floor and gets him out, but her dad stopped breathing. She keeps doing CPR on him and finally brings him back to life. The boat went outside and saw the boat near the gas station. They both tried to cross the water infested by gators. The noise of the rain covered their presence, but suddenly stopped when the eye of the hurricane was above them. They froze in place as the gators swarmed around them, but heard the sirens signaling that the levee had broken. Haley starts to swim as fast as she could and gets to the boat right before the gator tries to chomp her leg. She helps her dad and the dog on the boat, but they are hit by the big wave of water that sends them right back at the house. Dave is dragged by the water and Haley gets on the kitchen counter. She hears Wayne's walkie-talkie. After she gets it, she calls for help, but it seems that they didn't catch what she said. Dave got some flash sticks. He lights one of them and goes into water to help the dog. Suddenly, a gator jumps and bites his hand off. Haley arrives and he tells her to escape. She then starts swimming while chased by the beast until she gets in the bathroom. There she hides inside the shower. She then opens the shower's door and lets the gator inside. She jumps over to the other side and locks the doors on it. She goes to help her dad. They both try to climb to the attic when Haley spots the helicopter through the big window. She lights the torch and screams for help. Suddenly, a big gator appears outside. It breaks through the window, flooding the whole place. Haley is dragged by the water and she's attacked. Bitten by the creature in the shoulder, it starts to spin her around underwater. She grabs the torch and burns the gator. It lets her loose and she escapes. She tries to get on the roof, but the gator attacks again and she fights for her life until a drifting piece hits the gator, dragging it away with the current. Dave helps his daughter get on the roof. The two lie down, exhausted, until they spot a helicopter. Haley lights the torch and finally help comes their way. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. More videos are on their way. Push the bell to get notified. Thanks for watching again and see you next time. Bye bye.